First of all, any person or any community that tries to isolate you from the outside world, from your friends, families, neighbors, make you feel that you should not stay in touch with them, is doing so because they want you to become emotionally dependent on them so that they can easily control you, manipulate you. A healthy relationship would allow you to have relationships outside this relationship. Similarly, a healthy spiritual group will allow you to be in touch with other people as well. On the other hand, if a community is not doing so, they are trying to isolate you, whether directly or they are coercing into isolation, they are toxic. And they are not doing this for your welfare, but to mold you in a person that can be easily controlled and manipulated. Sometimes, when you become member of such toxic cultic group, the first thing that they do is they put in your mind that you are spiritually and morally superior than your family and friends because they are not part of this group and you are. Just being part of this group means that you are spiritually elevated, you are more fortunate, you're more intelligent, you have a higher conscious, you have good karma, and you are better than everyone else in your family and among your friends. So do you develop this superiority complex? And whenever you are talking to these people, your family, friends, and anyone, you have this strong feeling that I know what's best for them because I belong to a group that knows the only right path that goes to God. And I care for my family. Of course, you care for your family, your friends, and these people. And you are also told that the outside world is dangerous. Everyone has materialistic view of life and they are distracted and they are sinful and impure, and you are more pure than them. They are less pure and they are less intelligent and they don't have any right guidance just because they are not part of this group or they are not being guided by the so and so spiritual leader. So you take it as a challenge. It becomes a challenge for you because and also they tell you that your capability of converting a person or bringing a person into the group is directly proportional to your faith. If you have strong faith, if you're very spiritually very pure, and if you're doing your spiritual practices very in a very right way, and you're very dedicated, you have strong dedication, then you will be able to bring anyone in the group. So your ability to convert people, recruit new members is directly proportional to your spiritual growth. And if you're not able to bring people, it means you are not spiritually growing. It means you lack faith and you lack purity. So you take it as a challenge. Now you have two things. First of all, it comes to your ego that if I'm not able to convert, it means I will be labeled as less loyal to the community, less serious, and I lack faith and lack purity. And second thing is that you care for your people and you know that the outside world is dangerous, so I have to save them. I have to become their savior. So for these two reasons, start to, aggressively make efforts to bring people inside. And when you are not able to do so, it might create emotional distance from with these relationship with these people. It might sometimes even create conflicts and problems in relationships. So now if either you are able to convert them, and if you're not able to convert them, you try to distance yourself from them because they are not on the right path, they're not as pure as you are, they are distracted, they are materialistic, and they don't have as much intelligence as you are. So if you stay in touch with them, your spiritual life will get hampered, your spiritual progress will get affected. So there is fear, there is superiority complex, and also there is a matter of ego that I have to convert them, they don't get converted, then I have to stay away from them because it will affect my own spiritual growth. Now, so if you keep on doing this, gradually you will sever your relationship with people. This is what happened to the followers who are members of cultic communities. They destroy their relationship, their connection with other people, because they are everywhere debating and telling people how superior I am just because I am a member of this group. And also they have fear that this entire outside world and their opinions and everything is contaminated, so I have to bring them inside, and or I have to leave them. So this is how you anyone who is member of such community, they gradually distance themselves from the outsiders. And you'd start to think that this group is the only place that has truth, that has purity, and that is safe. And it's the only place that knows the absolute truth. So now this group becomes an echo chamber where everyone depends on each other for truth, for validation, for identity, for reality, for everything. You cannot get any outsider's perspective because everything is unsafe, everything is sinful outside. So it becomes an echo chamber, and the emotional, uh, the relationship, the emotional dependency, it keeps on deepening and becomes more and more intensified with time, because you have limited people on which you can depend emotionally, on which you can connect emotionally. You are not allowed, you're coerced into thinking that you should not be connecting with anyone on the outside emotionally. So you depend more and more on each other. So it's like becomes an echo chamber. And even at some point, if you feel like suffocating inside and you start to feel like, no, it's not that pure and not that truth based and not the only place, still the fear lingers and you're unable to leave such community, because fear is so much, so strong. You're always afraid, what if I leave this place and then my spiritual journey, I compromise my spiritual growth and my spiritual life gets compromised just by living by it. So this is how isolation starts, and it creates emotional dependency inside the community. If you like this video, share it with someone who needs to know about this, and subscribe my channel to watch more videos on spiritual abuse. Thank you for watching.